Hi, welcome to Boostology.
Hi, I'm here with Cetaphil to ask Tiffani some questions. Is she in?
Absolutely, I'll get her for you. Tiffani, Cetaphil is here to ask you some questions.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Hey, I've been expecting you.
You ready to answer some questions?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. So first and foremost, how did you decide that dermatology was the right specialty for you?
So this is funny. When I was in PA school, derm kind of grossed me out. And so during another rotation, I faced my fears and did a day with the dermatologist in the building, and I immediately fell in love. I ended up doing my elective later with her, and that was my first dermatology job. But if I would have never faced my fears and learned how procedural, how cosmetic, you can do your own surgeries in derm, I never would have known any of that if I wasn't exposed to it.
If you could give advice to your younger self, what would you emphasize about preparing for a career in dermatology?
So not everyone is blessed with having a dermatology elective handed to them and then later working for them. So sometimes you gotta figure it out yourself. So I tell everybody, network as much as you can. Even when you're in PA school as a student, before you've even done your electives, you can attend conferences, and it's usually very affordable for students to attend those. And there you will meet your reps, you'll meet the other providers, you'll meet these giant faculty speakers that are just so full of information, and you never know what connection will be made or how it's gonna help you.
What's something you're really looking forward to right now?
So I'm really looking forward to my next conference, which is going to be the FSDPA New Wave Conference in Aventura, Florida.
Is there a personal accomplishment you're particularly proud of?
So I'm really proud of the growth that FSDPA has had over the last few years. We managed a whole conference ourselves one year. We created a huge aesthetic track. We have a beginner track. This year, they've even made an inflammatory disease track.
So I know you own your own practice. What's the most challenging part of being an entrepreneur?
So I think the thing that nobody really tells you is how much work it is to own your own business. And that's true of any business. My phone doesn't ever stop ringing. The emails never stop coming. I have to see patients as well, have meetings, talk to reps. It's a lot, and I don't think anyone ever makes you realize the time commitment that comes with it.
When you look back on launching your practice, what are you the most proud of?
So I'm super proud of how Boostology has grown. So when we started this business a few years ago, it was a side hustle for me. I was doing it one day a month just to have extra income. It has now grown into a business that is open 5 days a week, and we see patients full time.
I also hear that you're the president of the Florida Society of Derm Physician Assistants. What's your favorite thing about being involved in FSDPA?
So FSDPA is a wonderful organization that has been around for many years. I've only been involved with it probably the last 5 years or so, but we have a 17-year history. So it's been amazing being handed something that was already doing well and making it grow. And I really do think everyone should get involved with leadership. It makes you a better provider, makes you in tune with what's really going on in the world and how you can better help patients.
What's something simple that never fails to make your day better?
So something that always makes my day better is my chocolate lab is so excited every time I come home, especially if it's dinner time.
That's so cute. What's your favorite mantra that you live by?
So I am a very firm believer that you should never stop learning. I don't care how far you are into your career, what you think you might want to do, there's always something else you could be learning. So I think it's important to never stop.
How do you stay current on new dermatology treatments and clinical guidelines?
So my way I do it is I attend a lot of conferences. I think I'm attending like 10 this year, but that's where you're gonna get the firsthand information. These people are trying things off label. They're doing these clinical trials. They're able to give you firsthand knowledge of what's coming and what's going to be great for your patients. So I am very much a conference nerd, and I love attending all the lectures, taking all of the notes.
What strategies do you use to encourage patient compliance with treatment plans?
So I think sometimes patients can get overwhelmed because we do often give them a lot of information, and sometimes it's a little too much information if you're my patient. So I think it's good to have something to refer back to. So we will write things down. I'll even take a sample bottle and write cleanser on it so that they know this is what I'm going to cleanse my skin with. Sometimes we will follow up with like a text message laying out their skincare regimen so they know what order to use certain things in. So I think it's just important to give them something to refer back to, because as much as they want to take all of that information in, it's not always the easiest thing to do.
What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
So when I was like 19, my cousin and I got matching tattoos, and a few months later I had it removed because I am not a spontaneous kind of girl.
That's so funny. What is your leadership style, and how do you cultivate a positive work environment?
So for me, it's important that employees and those around you feel like they're working with you and not working for you. So we really take into account their insight, their opinions. We want to bring on a new skincare line, we have them all try it. We want to change a policy, we ask them their opinion. Because it's not just one person that's making everything work here, it's really a team. And so I like to make decisions as a team too.
How do you measure the performance or success of your practice beyond financial metrics?
So I think personally at my practice, I'm able to measure things by how much growth we have. And I don't mean growth of the bank account. I mean, are we getting new patients? We have a membership program. How many new members did we get this month? We want to see that people are talking about us, telling their friends, and we're constantly getting an influx of new patients.
If you could relive any day of your life, which one would it be and why?
I would relive my wedding day because it went by way too fast.
How do you stay motivated on days when challenges feel overwhelming?
So for me, I don't always want to do all the administrative things I have to do. So sometimes I will then have something fun I want to do after. So if I have to answer all those emails, then afterwards I'm going to do my skincare as a reward.
Do you set personal and professional goals annually, and how do you track your progress?
So at my practice, I actually set goals monthly because I think that we need to be looking at that stuff more than once a year. You need to stay on top of everything. That way you know when you need to institute changes, make budget cuts, things like that. And you won't really know that unless you're looking at your practice as a whole every single month.
What's something new you've tried this year that you've really enjoyed?
So I actually this year started a little more amping up my workout game, and I've started strength training. And as silly as it sounds, I feel stronger, and it's such a cool feeling. I've never really experienced that before. So I'm using my body to help me and keep me healthy in the long run, but feeling stronger is a really cool feeling.
What advice would you give someone looking to go to PA school?
So PA school has gotten exceptionally competitive. I went to PA school many, many years ago, but nowadays it's really hard to get in. So oftentimes what we're telling students is we need them to get out there. You need to meet people, you need to network, you need to be involved with different student societies, all kinds of things, just to do anything you can to get yourself in the door.
I love that. And lastly, what's your favorite Cetaphil product?
So my favorite Cetaphil product is the Cetaphil Hydrating and Firming Cream. There is nothing else like it on the market, and it is so affordable. I love it, my staff loves it, and our patients love it.
Tiffani, it has been so great getting to know you more. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome. You guys can come back anytime. Bye.
Bye.